It's okay to have a preference, but is it necessary to call it an unpopular opinion? It's literally preference, and although Girl Crush is more popular, it's not a bad thing to like it. Putting them in unpopular opinions videos just seems to me like bragging and saying that you are superior for it. You aren't. You are not mainstream for liking Girl Crush, and you are not a 5-year-old for liking cute concepts. The sooner people get this into their heads, the better. Yes, TXT did get fame as soon as they debuted, and that fame would not have been there if not for BTS, but TXT have worked hard too. I'm tired of this opinion because it's not true. They didn't train at one of the biggest companies to be told that they are only popular because of their senior group. I don't know if you know, but in bigger companies, like the Big Three and Big Hit, competition is a lot higher. Getting in and debuting is so much harder, and trainees are really pushed every day in training. If a trainee can survive all of that, how could they not deserve the success that comes with it? The fandom are not there for BTS, although some may be ARMYs. They are there for the 5 amazing boys of TXT that worked hard to get where they are too. Honestly, I'm against it because it's plain rude. Everglow deserve the views they get, and people need to stop trying to bring them down. Forevers are decent streamers, and a majority of K-pop stans went to Dun Dun for the line distribution. So stop blaming them for buying it. They aren't, and even if they are, it's not your place to use it to discredit Everglow. To be completely honest, Fancy was a bop and still is. But stop calling it rigged. BTS deserved their win, and their win is completely plausible. Judges cannot come to an answer based on personal taste, as taste different from person to person. What they can do is look at data to see what song people like best and what song people would like as Song of the Year. Unfortunately, Onces didn't stream Fancy or buy the albums as much as ARMYs bought Boy With Love and streamed it. Stop acting like BTS don't deserve their wins, they do. I know this is old, but it's not IU's fault that Jungkook was a fanboy. She doesn't have to talk to him or date him if she doesn't want to. IU is literally one of the most honest yet kindest idols that I've seen in the industry. She's not a monster for turning down Jungkook when A, she probably didn't like him, and B, Jungkook never even asked her out. People that hate IU for not going out with Jungkook would probably hate her if she did too out of jealousy. So if you're one of those people, please just stop. IOI broke many records, and it would have been cool to see them for more than a year, but their contract was for a year. After that, I don't expect how they could have continued if they had respective companies to go back to. They had hype. Each member has some sort of hype. It wasn't a total flop show. I guess solo stans can be bad, and I'm not one myself, but it's natural not to vibe with a person. Or to vibe with one person and not the rest. As long as you aren't toxic. I think it's okay to like only one member in a group. I mean, you are paying the whole group anyway by streaming and buying albums, so. So what was more of a rebellious girl crush anthem, while Why Not focuses on randomness and being somewhat eccentric in a likable way? So what seems to just make sense, but there's so much to question in Why Not, and that bewilders people watching. Not to mention the fact that it's catchy. Now that I have your attention all bits, feel free to skip this part of You Aren't Blockberry Creative give out parts based on member popularity. Look. Choeri got one-line words as Odd Eyes Circle was popular, but she wasn't that popular herself, and then the fake beef came and people viewed her MV. She got a whole verse in Why Not. I'm not promoting fake beef, but you know what you need to do if you want them to get lines. Stream. Some of YG Entertainment's promotion techniques were horrible, like releasing Jennie's solo song when she was Public Enemy #1 so that it would get hype, and like starving the fandom from content so that they stream, and clearly mismanaging some members for anger in the fandom. But I feel as thought these were all things YG himself instructed, because as soon as he stepped down, YG Entertainment fed us with content. All members got equal promotion. Rosé's solo is coming. YG Entertainment aren't so bad now. I don't think they are the worst. They aren't suddenly the best, but they aren't that bad anymore. Honestly, I do think Yeri being added made her a target to a lot of undeserved hate. But if she had debuted in 2014, she would have been too young. She was so young in 2015 too, but SM treat their idols and trainees like trash. Imagine being exposed to a hectic work schedule like a K-pop idol does at the age of 13 or 14. It's not something I could handle, and I'm surprised Yeri managed it so well, but 13 or 14 is too young. What I think should have happened is that Happiness and Be Natural should have been a pre-debut project with Yeri, Irene and Joy singing Happiness, and Seulgi, Wendy and Irene doing Be Natural. They could come together as Red Velvet with Ice Cream Cake. Yes, that was heavily inspired by Luna. I'm sorry. Please don't use the word mistreatment so lightly. Remember when I said that? I still stand by it. Everything that Cheshires list as mistreatment is mismanagement. Although I feel bad that these girls aren't promoted right, stop saying CLC are mistreated. Mistreatment is more than crappy line distributions and lack of content. This is probably the one you've been waiting for, and what I have to say on it is this: the jealousy really popped out their love. Just kidding, but not really. It's okay not to like a group. That's natural. But saying it's overrated just is not it. Mind your own business and walk away. You don't like it? Fine. Just don't undermine all the time, money, effort and sacrifice that goes into BTS. From staff to the 7 boys themselves, they all work so hard for what they have. Nothing has been handed to them. They've worked for where they are now, and they've worked for where they will be in the future too. Out of all the groups in the world, I'm glad it was these 7 boys the world fell in love with so much. They deserve it all.